I wrote notes down for this episode, and I can't even read off the notes that I took because it wouldn't do this episode justice. The best thing I can sit here and tell you as somebody that just watched it and reviewed it and living within myself because I can't really contain what I just saw. This was the greatest episode of Bleach. Bleach will be anime of the year, and this will be the best episode of an anime that dropped this year. That's how great this episode was. Bleach episode 45, Defend You, aka Life to Defend You. This is how you sit here and not retcon, because I don't feel like this is a retcon. I'm really hoping that they keep this going forward in the sense of we got the manga, we understand that Kubo was sick when the manga dropped, when these manga chapters dropped of Yuha versus Ichigo, and Shonen was rushing him to finish it. But in a sense, this is how you change from the core material because everything we got in this episode was perfect. Bleach is trending #1 in the world right now. Orihime is trending like #8 the last time I checked. This episode here, literally all new content. We start the episode with Ganju and Chad. We start the episode with them still fighting the stone golems, right? And then this is going forward from this point on, brand new. This is all brand new content. Rukia and Renji show up, and they actually show up to help them, but Renji sends Rukia forward, right? I feel like that was great because now we are seeing Ichigo and Rukia's story come full circle from where they started, where they were weak Soul Reapers, to see them at their absolute peak. This right here, the best. Send Rukia forward, let her go. But after this part of the episode, going forward, you will not speak. You will be in complete silence because we get Orihime and Ichigo versus Yuha, and by far this is how you end a series with a villain. Yuha really showed that there is levels. I really want y'all to go watch this episode, but to sit here and explain what happened in the best way possible is that Yuha kills Ichigo and Orihime several times over. It was about a good 7 to 8 times, and Orihime is the MVP of Core 4. Her character development and the things that she's done this core, and the things that has brung out her character, and it's shown and proved. And this is why I say if they decide not to go back to the manga, I will be perfectly fine with that because she's done everything possible to sit here and change her character this arc. The fight was amazing. The things that she did. Forget Ichigo right now. We're going to talk about Ichigo in a couple seconds. The things that she did this episode was by far the best I've ever seen from a supporting woman character. Not in Bleach. Bleach has a great cast of women characters. But Orihime, what she did in this arc alone really shows that if you really sit there and put forth effort into writing women characters, they can be good because the things that she did, bar none, amazing. Bar none this episode. The fact that she basically was dying over and over. Yes, her and Ichigo were dying over and over. And she kept healing them to the point where that healing them was killing herself at the same time. She really stole this episode. Nobody can sit here and say that there should be no more slander against this character at all. But we go forward to the point where now Rukia is here. Rukia comes in, right? After Ichigo and Orihime start to lose the battle because it was getting bad for them. It was really getting bad. So I'm happy that Rukia came in. It got a little goofy. You know, this is Bleach. We have these moments of our character interactions that we really do enjoy because it is in the flow of the episode. It does tone us back down because Bleach comedy is really just to sit there and whatever you just saw, calm down because it's about to get better. Now we get Rukia and Ichigo and Orihime versus Yuha. And this fight, if there's a anime award show, this has to be the fight of the year. These three characters sat here and the cohesion that they had from the beginning to the end of this episode was bar none. Can't even lie about that. Can't knock it, nothing. Bar none. And I really want to sit here and say that the things that happened, I really want to sit here and say that, but I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like they're going to change some things up because the things that we just saw, Ichigo's Bankai, right? The fight gets bad. The fight gets really extremely bad for them, right? Rukia is using her newfound abilities, her absolute zero abilities. Ichigo is he's spamming Gesuga Tensho, he's spamming Grand Ray Gesugas, and they're trying. Orihime is still healing them, if I can remember that correctly. It gets to the point where the fight begins to turn into Yuha's favor. He's damn near about to win. And didn't expect it. I read the leaks. Still didn't expect it. I did not expect the way they released his Bankai. And we got a new Bankai. The fact that we have Yuha attacking Ichigo and them, and he just says, Bankai. Whispers it. Everybody in Bleach knows when you whisper Bankai, it's about to get real. He whispers it, and when that happens, we get Ichigo's true form. And he goes full Vasto Lorde, and his Bankai is different from the manga. The hilt, the tip of his blade is missing, which is weird because Kenpachi's thing is the same thing, and his skin turns red. So that has to be explained. I feel like that was going to be explained in the next Bleach arc if we do get one. After this episode, we should get another Bleach arc, like the Hell arc. We should get that because we need to figure out where this red skin is coming from. But I'm not going to sit here and talk about that for too much. Ichigo's Bankai. If they decide to go the route of this episode is showcasing why Yuha kept breaking Ichigo's Bankai in the manga, I will be okay with that. Because in the manga we did not see why Yuha kept breaking Ichigo's Bankai, because he just kept saying you have a magnificent Bankai. And if this is what Ichigo Bankai really is, I can understand why. He's making chaos clones. Ichigo is blitzing Yuha. He's straight up killing him. He's straight up killing him. And if it wasn't for the Almighty, if it wasn't for the Soul King at this point, Essence, him stealing it, this would have been done a long time. That first swing, it would have been done, right? This fight was so perfect. And it was so perfect that I'm not upset that Ichigo, Rukia, and Orihime lost. And I can't even be mad at the loss because we still got like maybe 3 or 4 episodes left. But the fact that we actually seen Ichigo's Bankai and its abilities, bar none. The fact that we got Rukia's Bankai again. We only got it once in the manga. We got it again against Yuha. And to see them be at full power and still lose, it would hurt at any other point in time. It would hurt. It's like, come on now. Y'all, not like this. But the MVP of this episode and arc, Orihime, this arc has been dedicated to her. Because the things that she did this episode, especially at the end when she sacrifices herself to take out Yuha, that was the best. That was the cherry on top of this cake of this episode. Because this episode wasn't about Ichigo. It wasn't about Yuha. It wasn't about Rukia. It wasn't about anything else. It was about Orihime and her character development of her wanting to be stronger to protect. And you can see the parallels between her and Ichigo and why they end up together. This episode, even though it was action based, this is the beginning of a love story. This is literally parallel to Ishin and Masaki and how they met. And it was really dope. This was the best episode of Bleach, bar none. And I haven't even started talking about Uryu Ishida because we got very important information during that fight. I don't even think people remember that being in the episode, because what we got with Uryu Ishida was There is a delay in the Almighty. Didn't see that in the manga. Added that, perfect. So there's certain scenes in the manga, if they do bring it to the anime, it makes sense. So the plot, not it's not a plot hole. No, I was getting ready to say the hole in the Almighty is that you have three. Once you uses the Almighty, or Hashwell uses the Almighty, they see into the future. Once they see into the future, there's a 3 second delay. When that 3 second delay happens, they cannot use the Almighty. I understand. It seems weird, but I feel like that is a great way to sit here and really put a bubble around this ability, because if you're able to see into the future and change it constantly over and over, how do you beat that? So giving the Almighty a 3 second delay, I feel like that is a great idea. A great idea. And I'm happy that they added that into this now. But that fight has to finish next episode. That fight has to finish next episode. Because we have to see Ishida's, we have to see his strength. It has to be done. Because at this point, what else is left? What else is left with Uryu and his Hashwell fight? We got everything that we needed from it. Especially with Uryu using the glove, I just forgot the name right now, and breaking it. We have to see what happens, because that didn't happen in the manga. All the stuff is new, and I wrote notes. I told y'all I wrote notes, and it will not give this episode justice. So I really want y'all to comment down below how y'all feel about this episode. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will see y'all next Saturday. And I really hope y'all understand that everything going forward might just be new content. So don't go look at the manga. Don't go reading the manga. Don't go doing none of that, because it's done. That stuff is done. I don't think we will. If they stay on this path, it is done. All right. But I see y'all soon, and I'm out.